I think a 3-week break is going to mean I've forgotten almost all of the controls for this. So this could be an interesting experience. I remember we were looking for fire spears. I think we just hooked up with Flick and Victor and Odessa, and we're on the search for spears. Right. Okay. Yes, we have an Odessa. A very underleveled Odessa, actually. Oh man, this is why it was a bad reason to pause after receiving instructions. I want to say we were looking for some sort of a. I think we were looking for a mountain to go get these spears. Is it this mountain? Nope, there's one solitary ant defending the mountain. Oh dear. I legitimately may need to go back to lane and camp and see if someone will give me instructions. Ooh, a crit. If I don't do that, I'm gonna have to like look up a guide. Because I just completely whiffed on the fact that, like, I guess this would have been the last thing I was told on the previous Suikoden stream. Is, you know, where to go. I'm just gonna check the noise volumes because I'm wearing headphones, so it might be quite loud for other people. Oh, I actually could say something to hear what the volumes are like. Okay, sorry about that, but now I think I know what's going on. Good. One day I'll get good at this. I don't... And it's the one good thing about JRPGs is that they are always set up to always have someone who will give you handy advice about what exactly you're supposed to be doing. No help there. You literally have nothing to say. Northwest. Northwest from here, across the river. Good. Thanks, JRPGs. You can always be relied upon to have NPCs that can guide the way. So hopefully I'm going to get the JRPG out of my system until I can get my hands on the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Which I won't be streaming due to lack of capture card, but I'm very excited about. It's fucking Whiff City over here. I don't think we'd used Odessa last time. Odessa is another back row archers, and is not picking up experience very rapidly, given that she's a good 4 levels below everyone else. But that's okay, because we've got 4 other characters for this. Hey Memo. Cool, this must be the... Yes, this is the one. This is the right mountain. I would say it's very sensible to not camp out overnight on top of a mountain. But But apparently Odessa just does not give a fuck about that. She wants her fire spears. Circle it. That's going to be equipment. Oh right, yep. This needs to be on the person who can actually hold it. Oh. I will always maintain, as much as I love Suikoden, god damn is this equipment system awful where someone has to physically hold the item. And Victor apparently can't wear a circlet, for reasons unknown to me. So I guess Odessa gets that. Oh god. We've got some slasher rabbits. It's not really worth using one of those, or any of this, so I guess we are just free-willing it. Like, Suikoden and Suikoden 2 both have some absolutely bonkers enemies. It's really one of my favourite things about like the 90s era JRPG, is just the sheer amount of like, guys, we need to fill like 40 hours of content worth of monsters and we can't palette swap everything, so I don't know, this bunny gets an axe. Like in Final Fantasy VII, like having, you know, watching someone replay that, you realise that there's a lot of weird shit in that game. Ah, some killer slimes. See, we haven't really been grinding, but generally when you've got everything down as free will, that means you can kind of breeze by it pretty quickly, as we're seeing. Ah, some gloves. So you can have some gloves, Cleo. But yeah, I remember this game not being too difficult. Suikoden 2 definitely is a bit more difficult. But I can't remember if I'm just misremembering these early parts. I know this Suikoden 1 does have some like definite difficulty spikes on certain bosses. Because I mean, with JRPGs, I don't really want the random encounters to be that difficult, but I do like the bosses to be challenging. I mean, I've kind of been, I really need to get back to it, like, Octopath Traveler on the Switch, I was quite enjoying. It hadn't really fully hooked me, and then Animal Crossing came out, so if my husband's not playing Animal Crossing, I'm playing Animal Crossing, and the Switch has kind of been put to poor use for anything else. That, and I have not figured out the fact that the left Joy-Con is broken. Ooh, a wind rune piece. And the fact that that left Joy-Con is broken, I don't know how it's going to work with certain games. Let's just deal with this thing. I mean, you can take a few hits. So yeah, I mean, it's like JRPGs really need to hit that sweet spot of just being so satisfying I never really get bored of the combat. Ah. Ledon. Or Lidon. That's Frenchify. It's a very aggressive sales pitch. It's dangerous here with all the bandits and all. All the bandits and all. Why don't we spend the night here? I mean, we are in a hurry. Victor doesn't care. Great idea. My feet are killing me. And Gremio in agreement. Gremio and Victor never really get on. Gremio is very stern, and Victor is very carefree. I mean, who has an inn at the base of a mountain like this? It seems very inopportune. Even in real life, if someone tells me that they've made me a specialty, firstly I'm going to make the pun, and secondly I am going to be suspicious of it. Spoiler alert, they should be suspicious of it. I actually don't know if you can back out of this. How many times can we go through this? Like, Suikoden definitely has a theme of having these constant, like, conversational things where you can just keep choosing no, but it just loops. And it's like just taking false choice to the nth degree of, like, we're just going to dangle the ability to say no in front of you, and that's it. Ah, it's Robber's Tea. That's a weird nav. Yeah, we've been our drinks have been poisoned. Why was I struggling to find that word? And now you know how an inn can profit at the base of a mountain. You just poison everyone who comes and steals their things. Kessler. I do not remember Kessler. Ah, okay. Kessler is the head of this scheme. Ladon, what have you done, you fool? What do you mean? Someone's in for a rollicking. Look at this man's face, it's so creepy. And that angle as well, it's the kind of person who whispers in your ear like something gross and you don't want him to be around, but he's always around. Even an ignoramus like you must have heard of Lady Odessa of the Liberation Army. Ignoramus. The penny's gonna drop. This is why you don't poison random people. See, the thing with saying ignoramus is I've been watching a YouTube series called Let's Mosey, which is about the translation of Final Fantasy VII and why there's so many bizarre like language oddities in there. And some of it just comes from the fact that a lot of Japanese words are just not really translatable into English. It does make me wonder, like, where did ignoramus come from? Like, probably a very specific Japanese word that just doesn't have a corollary, or at least not in an easy way with small text boxes. So, I guess Kessler's on our side. I don't remember Kessler. This is a very forgiving approach from Odessa. No more poison, you hear? Very reasonable request. Yeah. This inn only has one room and we're all in it. Some very angry sleeping from Victor. Yeah, I guess this only exists to drug people and steal all their money. I'm going to give up serving poison tea. Well, we've created some good in the world. Well, not yet. Lady Jess is a true heroine. She's serious about overthrowing the Empire. There are many who express discontent, but only she has the means to do something about it. Ain't that a true thing these days? Kessler is just like, I'll stick to banditry. I'll let someone else lead. Everyone wakes up simultaneously. I mean, I'm kind of with Cleo. I tend to be in a bad mood when I wake up too. Okay, and after that brief interlude, back to it. Let me just quickly check if I can save with Ladon. Good. I should probably save Stagger at some point. Okay, onwards to Sarady. By way of beating up some snails. Like, definitely the early theme of the enemies we're facing so far is like, take a common animal, like an ant, a snail, a rabbit, and just give it a weapon. Like, clearly, like, the first animator or illustrator they hired was just like, I draw animals. Or insects, or whatever. That's all I can do. Oh, double counterattack. Although I don't know why they have to reapparate on the other side to die. Okay, Odessa's up to level 8 now. So, she's getting there. Another antique. You can already see who like the main damage dealers will end up being. Like Tyr and Victor just hit like trucks. And Victor's almost got double the power of Cleo. Okay, so the chest is up here. And then, like, from what I remember, like, Cleo does get stronger. Odessa gets a little stronger. I feel like Gremio like ends up being like a healer type. I completely pressed through whatever I picked up there. Some sort of crystal. But yeah, it's really interesting because you can kind of build your party however you want. I'm honestly forgetting like who I used to like. I remember having like out of this group, Victor and Tyr kind of being mainstays. You end up having Cleo and Gremio like just mandatorily. 1,000 bits. People really like leaving their treasure at the top of the mountain. Okay, Mount Tiger we've dealt with, and on to Sarady. Secret factory. Okay, so we need to find whoever's giving us information, so let's talk to everybody. Oh, I've immediately gone into DM by accident. Okay, well we won't advance the plot just yet. I've never seen how are things down below. Living in a place like this, you lose track of what's going on in the world. Sounds like my kind of place, to be honest. This is a very odd layout for a store, with like the storefront there, and there's just a bed in the corner. I assume that's where the grandma goes. Ah, right, the crystals allow you to use certain magic. Right, I remember now. It's a lot of bits, but sure. Victor's got the clone crystal? I absolutely cannot remember what that does. And we also need to find a rune. I forget what they're called. Whoever applies the runes, we need to find one of them. Clone crystal, clone attack. I assume that means you attack twice? Well, that's not true. I mean, I know rumour gets around, but why would you ever think anyone was 9 foot? Okay, well I suppose you just have to stay at the inn, and that's that. Odessa's waiting up. Can't sleep, but the night breeze makes me feel better. And this is why every house needs a balcony. God, you really do have the option to be an absolute dick a lot of the time. And I've never picked these options because I generally try not to be a dick in games. But I am just curious, like, what happens? They all expect so much of me. This feels like running away and doesn't feel worthy of their hopes. I don't really think returning to the Empire is on the table for us. You know, we are traitors. Can't say no, just yes or I don't understand. I assume it's saxophone going on here, but it's jazzy. Father's a great general, and perhaps we'll be able to return to a peaceful life. But you can't turn away from what you see and what you feel. Because if you do, that's a sin. JRPGs love talking about sin. Thanks. Humphrey Sanchez mows and flick, but nobody has eyes like yours, eyes that draw people to you. Many people. If I should ever... let me get cut off. Ah, cage. Sent by Mose. Keep of the secret factory. This is just like straight away, it's like, this guy's shady as shit. I hope they didn't send the sick pigeon to deliver the letter. Rose doesn't keep any pigeons, so something's up. Oh, okay, no. I forgot about that. Odessa's just testing the guy. Which is, you know, fair, sensible. I feel like Cage turns up in several Suikoden games, and generally is like he's very true to that. Like, everyone kind of hires him to do things because he's very good at it, and he never betrays a contract. But once he's done that, he just doesn't care. He's very much in it for the money. Okay, blueprints delivered. Can we leave? No. It's a definite theme in this game as well. There's just like obviously quirks you do for game design purposes. It's just like every inn you go to, like it's like everyone's gone to bed, lock the door. What do you mean our job's done? Yeah, we finished it all up last night. I'm just trying to figure out what Cleo's wearing on her head. I think everyone's getting the wrong idea here. You young master. I don't know why Odessa wouldn't just say we delivered the blueprints. Okay. Well, back through the mountain, I guess. Oh, right, it's there. I could have sworn I figured out a run button last time we streamed this. But maybe I'm making that up? Maybe I'm just so used to the quality of life from more recent games that I'm just expecting there to be a run button and there isn't. Odessa is probably not going to catch up to us by the end of this. Ooh, by the end of this mission. Because we are not getting much experience out of these fights. It's like... But you know, it all counts. Kill the slimes. Kill all the slimes. It's kind of remarkable that this came out like only a year before Final Fantasy VII. Like just the difference in look and feel. Like it's the menus where I notice it the most. You can't even argue that it's a company size thing. Like this is probably like when Konami were at their biggest, I'd imagine. Like this is when like they must have had a lot of big franchises, and I mean I don't know how many Square Enix had at that point. But like I think of Konami as a much bigger company back then than I do it now. I'm pretty sure I just absolutely said that in a completely nonsensical way, but you know. Clear's up to level 11. I'm not quite sure why that's ahead of Gremio, but whatever. Okay, Odessa's up to level 9, that's quite nice. Like I like the background effect here. Like they've just kind of like put on a more kind of realistic look in the background just to give you a sense of the fact that, you know, you are on a mountain. Because, you know, top 10 things I wouldn't expect to find on a mountain. Snail. Particularly a giant one. cavalcade of axes. Okay, well that was a bit of a backtrack. Oh right, no, we need to go across the river again, don't we? Again with my theory that they just hired someone who could do sprites of insects. we meet the mosquito. And I think we're down here for Leaning Camp. Yes, we are. Okay, I think this is where we get runes placed. Yes, the Rune Master. So... Clone just deals clone attack. So... Let's see what that does. Cleo's already got one, Odessa's got one, so let's give Gremio water. And from what I remember, Gremio is decent at magic? Oh no, well, no, actually awful at magic. What actually, what's Gremio good at? Who's good at magic? Cleo. I don't know. Oh, this inventory management, it'll be the death of me. So, I'm actually gonna give Cleo the water rune because I seem to remember that water rune is the healing, and we probably want that on someone with the most magic. And honestly, I think I'll... Actually, there's no harm in having the fire crystal on Gremio for now, because attaching everything is basically free. So everyone gets spells. And that's an ominous sign that they know the hideout had to be here. Ah, I guess I kind of tipped the hat about what was to happen. So our hideout has been found. Dying on the floor still gives us opportunity to save. What did he say? Oh my god. I really can't let you stay. Right, let's smash some Imperial soldiers. And flaming arrows does not hit a lot of people. Okay, let's see what Clone Rune does. Okay, Drops of Kindness is definitely a heal. Let's find out what Fog of Deception does. Okay, start off with a big hit. Okay, it's Misty. And something happened to them. I'd say it made it more likely for them to miss, but they all hit straight away. Okay, so Victor just That seemed to basically, clone attacks seem to basically give a crit. And now Victor's unbalanced, which I think means he can't attack. That's okay, he can do some healing. I really don't know what Fog of Deception did there. Were we meant to cast it on ourselves and now we've made it really easy for the enemy to evade attacks? Is that what happened? I hope not, that would be spectacularly done. Okay. I might put up a bit more of a fight than most. Ooh, that was a sound effect. I think we get to stay at an inn soon anyway, so... we'll take out this back row. Ooh, nice. Yeah, so I guess Victor's clone attack is like you get in one good hit, but you miss your next turn. Now I don't know how that would... I mean, I can't remember if people can wield multiple runes by the end of this game, because it would work well with that. Otherwise he's just chucking items around. Okay, cool. Whole party levels up. Uh-oh. Are you alright, Odessa? I don't feel like she is. You can come out now. Where was that child? And how did the soldiers not notice the child? How big is Odessa's cape? Lady Odessa, you're bleeding. I'm so sorry, Victor. It appears I've chosen to be a woman rather than the commander of the Liberation Army. Damn, 90s, you had some stereotypes we need to get away from. I feel Odessa's being a bit harsh on herself here. Don't talk, you'll reopen your wound. Where is the wound? And this is where we kind of finish off the conversation from Saradi. Give this earring to a fellow called Matthew in the village of Seika. Thank you, but I know the end is near. Please throw my body into the stream. Burial by sea. Again, I think this is one of these text boxes where you can keep refusing, but you just will keep looping. Ah, right, there is like... I was trying to remember if there was a reason for this, but yeah, it's so no one realises that she's dead. If you ever see Flick again, tell him that his kindness always saw me through hard times. And drops dead. I mean, I realize this is supposed to be an emotive moment. It's just a bit tricky because we haven't really gotten used to... This isn't like an heiress type deal where like you've had Eris in your party for ages and you've got to know them as a person, and that was genuinely shocking. This just kind of comes out of nowhere on a character you've not really known for that long. To get to Seika, we have to pass through the Fortress of Quaba. The Fortress of Quaba. That'll be tough, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, there's a new innkeeper. Wow. Be sad, stay at our inn. Cool, we will stay and save. But yeah, Suikoden is definitely capable of generating emotional moments, but that one just feels a bit too early to really resonate. Were we told where... I don't know if I skipped past it. Man, when did that baseline arrive? Can we sharpen anyone's weapons? Yeah, let's sharpen Gremio's up to 5. Because Gremio's damage is noticeably worse than everyone else's right now. And let's get some rune fragments in as well. So it's wind. Let's put that on Cleo. But yeah, unless I completely missed that, we weren't really giving any instructions on where Seika is, or where the Fortress of Quava is.
When does the corner shop close?
Shit, I think it's already closed. Okay, well, I guess we're going on a meander to find this place. My brain is intuitively telling me it's over to the right. I'm not sure why that is. I'm actually going to quickly look it up. So I don't think there's much. I don't think there's much desire to watch me mill around trying to find a place. Fortress of Quaba. Ah, it's south of Lane and Camp. So I've gone in the completely wrong direction. But that's okay. We get to just continue cleaving through the wildlife. But yeah, I forget. This game really rushes through the key plot bits at the start. You know, you don't kind of have that like slow build to some of the major happenings in the game that you typically might see. Where here it's just like immediately declared traitor, immediately lose best friend, join up with rebels, immediately lose rebel leader. It does kind of go from 0 to 60. I think if I remember rightly, Suikoden 2 is a bit more measured in its pace. Okay, so there's Lane and Camp, and we're going south. Yeah, this is looking kind of fortressy. Fortress of Quaba. The commander is Lord Eingede, an old friend of our father's. He doesn't know us, but he'll know Tyr's face. Hell of a plan, Gremio. Let's just test our luck. Let's decide on some fake names. We'll be in trouble if that's who we are. Roy Maria. You don't look like a Maria. Okay. Stoltenheim Rheinbach III. Everyone is correct to be in stunned silence to that. So, Masamune, which that name resonates for some reason, Pisake, and Stoltenheim Rheinbach IV, which is definitely the comedy option that I'm going for. I will indulge Victor in his goofiness. I'm pretty sure it makes zero difference. Damn it. It really felt like we should go north off that screen. I love that it briefly puts up your fake names where it would normally be in the dialogue box and gets rid of the portrait. I also have no idea what a Jujube vendor is. You look like that fugitive, Tyr McDowell. I know that RPG characters always have to wear the same clothes, but given how recognisable are, you'd think we'd have ditched the bandana at the very least. Here's Eingede. He looks like an evil man, let's face it. Thought he looked like Tyr McDowell, the fugitive. Gremio snapping into action here. This is pretty harsh. And this is a hell of a gambit. It's a bit of a burn. Dawson would be dressed like a beggar. This is how we always dress. It's not even that we've been on the lam for a while. Ah, here we go. Take good care of your father. Eingede knows what's up. And that kind of makes sense, actually, that, you know, I feel like if you're strong friends with our father, you wouldn't be rapidly going to kill his son. And this is where Gremio is all apologetic for it. We'll be understanding about this. Who are you? Ah, Chandler, an idle peddler. I feel like this guy, yeah, this guy hopes he'll have his own store. And you know what? I've got a feeling we might help him achieve his goals. Okay. And Seika is immediately there. You're a friend of that obnoxious spoiled brat Sheena. She's been so obnoxious lately. There's something about this man's face. It just kind of looks very doll-like. And yeah, you begin to see how we're meeting these people with portraits. When we have the ability, these are people that we are going to be recruiting. We absolutely do not need to stay, but we will save. I think one thing this game nails is like these kind of like this pastoral music. It just really fits these kind of like villages. Ah, this is Marie. So Marie was the Marie was running the inn back at Gregminster, who's going to harbour just for a little while. And looks like she's kind of paid the price for that. I don't blame you. Fate, that's all. So yeah, we're beginning to meet some of the characters we're going to recruit along the way. What have we got in the item store? More water crystal. I don't think we want to sell anything just yet. Ooh, runes. So, okay, so I always forget, Rune Masters don't, they just do the attaching, they don't actually sell the stuff, which can be a little bit frustrating. Onil. Did you know that Odessa Leader Liberation Armor is missing? We would happen to know that. I mean, word gets around fast. It only happened 5 minutes ago. Okay. Let's look at this person who's drawn differently for everyone else. You know where Matthew lives? We have to go along with the gambit that our characters don't know that it's Matthew, even though the game is saying, like, this is Matthew. And I don't think we get to call him out on his shit yet. There's a bunch of kids in here. Matthew gives out lots of homework. Kind of creepy. Hopefully Matthew says no, because you're like 6. I'm not sure if Matthew's going to explain exactly why he's sent us on a goose chase here. Penny dropped very quickly. We're here to honour Odessa's last request. She asked us to deliver this earring to you. Last request? So she's dead. A fine young woman got mixed up in this. What's wrong with what Odessa was doing? She was a fool, and he knew it would come to this. I can't accept this. Please leave. I don't think we're going to leave. I feel like we have some backstory to get to. Okay. This feels like one of those times where we have to try and leave the town. Yeah, Victor didn't like this guy. And to be fair, it was very dismissive. Oh, I love that music drop. So dramatic. Looks like the pesky Imperials are up to something. What do you plan to do with that child? Matthew Silverberg, you are hereby ordered to return to duty in the Imperial Army. It's worth remembering that Silverberg last name. That's going to come up a lot. There's no reason a fine young doctor like you should be using your talent in this pathetic village. You're a hero of the Battle of Kaleka, which I think our father was a hero at as well. So Matthew is a doctor who's turned into being a pacifist, which, you know, is kind of how it goes. Doctors don't really like to help create their own patients. Been ordered to bring him by force by Lord Kasim Hazil. And just as a callback, there is a war going on. This is where our dad's gone, because I think it's the Houston Saints are causing a ruckus. And this is where we begin to learn the Imperials are real bastards. They're just threatening to kill a child in case he doesn't come back. Or they'll send him to the Benar mines. Sending a 5-year-old to hard labour, that's... They're definitely not the good guys. I mean, let's just beat up these twats. Trouble again. Survivors of the rebel army, or just some good guys passing by. I kind of prefer that option. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a fairly straightforward battle. It's definitely like one of the things I love about JRPGs is that the evil empire or corporation or whatever, their soldiers always incredibly weak. They're like the easiest fights in the game. Random like monsters that just live in the world, that's the real shit. Okay, child saved. Although maybe traumatized. You know, Matthew makes a good point. I know who you are. You're the son of General Tio McDowell. I don't know. I still keep in touch with a few friends in the Imperial Army. His Imperial soldiers called you Matthew Silverberg. And Odessa Silverberg was his sister. So yeah, that kind of makes him look like even more of a dick for not accepting the earring. Pacifist or not. But yeah, the Silverberg family runs richly throughout, I think not only this game, but the sequel as well. So it's always worth remembering the Silverbergs. And I decided I would never again be involved in war, in killing. But not Odessa, she chose to fight for her beliefs. How did Odessa describe me? Just as a man in Seika called Matthew. It's interesting you leave the brother detail out. I guess she never forgave me. Odessa told me a powerful man who doesn't use his power as a coward. Which, an interesting philosophical point, but generally, you know, powerful men using their power, that tends to go very bad. I am a coward. But I'd rather be called a coward than to bear seeing that awful sight again. Even if it meant being rejected by my own sister. Awful sight? Watching people die for my own actions, friend and enemy alike. But today, I've realised something. Even if I close my eyes, the world will not disappear. From now on, I'll strive for what Odessa was striving for. All it took was her death. Okay, so we get to keep the earring. That's a hell of a lot of detail for an earring to have a map inscribed on it. And whoever holds it is destined to lead the freedom fighters. It's like a random inconsistency note. I think we've been called the Liberation Army, the Rebel Army, the Rebels, and now the Freedom Fighters. Odessa's been gone one day and we can't decide on a name. And this is basically where we're going to kind of be informally put in charge. We get Matthew along the way. From now on, you're the leader of the Liberation Army. Henceforth, I'll call you Master Tyr. I mean, we know Gremio and Cleo are tagging along. They're very loyal. As your military surgeon, may I offer your first piece of advice? To revive the Liberation Army, we must recruit volunteers, people who are dissatisfied with the Empire. And to do so, we need a headquarters. I wonder if they've confused surgeon and strategist. Because I don't go to my surgeon for real estate advice. I think it's something much bigger. A place that can withstand an attack by the Imperial Army. There's an abandoned castle in the middle of Lake Toran that I believe would be perfect for our purposes. Why don't we make for Kaku a town on the shores of the lake? So Matthew is not a combat NPC. So yeah, he's going to stay in prepare to help us. But this is where we begin to get into where the game kind of truly starts. Which is when you get your headquarters, basically. It's one of the cool things about the Suikoden games, is like there's always a moment where you get your big castle. And it's fucking awesome. You'll note once again we've been given, like, it's very easy to miss the instructions. Right, flying squirrels and the beast command. Forgot about these. That's actually a pretty impressive attack. Wonk. Which I think is why we take out the commander first, because she's instructed him to do that. Kind of coordinated squirrel dive bomb. Oh, we've been hearted. That seemed to reduce... Oh god. What the fuck does bucket mean? What does heart mean? What does bucket mean? Like, it's one thing I'll say for Suikoden, it doesn't explain things well. I think bucket means you miss a lot. I don't think it carries over. Okay, I think this is Kaku. Which very much looks like... It's very much continuing on from what we saw in Seika. The same colour, even though in a palette swap, it's this palette swap. It's the same. It's the same colours. I don't think I want to sharpen any weapons. Take you to Toran Castle? You've got to be kidding. Okay, so yeah, we're hinting Toran's got a big thing. It's the home of the fog monster. Which kind of sounds like an American college football slogan. Okay, so a lot of this stuff would be upgrades. So guard robe, magic bonus. And that would probably be quite good for Cleo. Brass armor, defense +5. Which doesn't seem to be as good as the pointed hat, which also gives balloon defense. So I guess sell some stuff. And I do not miss this inventory system. Okay, so you get the guard robe. Victor can have a pointed hat. Let's sell that tunic. Anything here? Nope. Can I talk to the cat? Will it give you a meow noise, or am I just chasing it around like an asshole? Definitely feel like there's a mini game involving catching a cat at some point. Nothing in there. Let's heal up and save, because that's something we need to do. Who's this? Camille. Taiho? Oh, that guy. You. I've got you now, you bum. Okay, well, Gremio's being harassed. I'll collect from your grave is the debt collector's motto, and you'll never outrun Camille the she-devil. What a fucking motto! I'll collect from your grave. Now, we're going to meet Taiho very shortly, and you'll find out that it's absolutely hilarious that Camille somehow confuses Taiho and Gremio, who could look no more separate to each other. Camille apparently has proof of our debt. Oh, this is the bill of the banquet with Master Tio. I also noticed something at the inn. So, you are in debt. And how big is this bill? And it's not a sequence break, but this is a bit weird that like Victor's asking like, oh, you know Taiho. We don't know who Taiho is right now, or why we need to find him. So this kind of doesn't make sense that we're about to make this deal. Cool, and this is the first character we recruit, so now I've got Camille. And Taiho is usually downstairs. So yeah, we're now at the point where we can start recruiting some people. Oh, well, we'll recruit Sergei. He happens to be an inventor. And he's come up with an amazing invention that would impress even the dwarves. But no one in the castle wants to know what it is. That's one of my favourite things in Sweden. What is it called? It's an elevator. No explanation. Just, I invented the elevator. Can we not save in here yet? Fair enough. Camille is medium range, so can go anywhere. And is a little bit underleveled. And does not have a rune. I don't remember using Camille much, but we've got her for now. And yes, this is Taiho. So look at the portrait of Taiho, and then remember what Gremio looks like. And then bear in mind that someone just confused those two people. So Taiho's face is a bit like, hello. A boat to Torin Castle? You must be nuts. That place is full of monsters. I'll be placing my life on the line to take you there. Tell you what. Since I'll be risking my life on this trip, you're going to have to make a correspondingly risky bet. And this is where we're about to enter the bullshit phase of this game. You're going to have to bet all the money you have. Are you up to it? And note how we can't save right now. Yes. Here we go. Too late for no regrets. And here comes a bullshit gambling game that is complete luck. Okay, how does this remember? So we throw dice, and whoever throws the biggest number wins. We throw 3 dice at one time. If 2 come out the same, the number on the third die is your score. So doubles are bad. 2 of anything except 1, as well as 4, 5, 6 are lucky numbers, but 2 1s and 1, 2, 3 are unlucky. Also, 3 same numbers is called Storm. 3 1s is very unlucky, you have to pay triple. Storm of other numbers is very lucky, you get paid triple. If you fail to throw a hand in 3 tries, if your dice goes out of bounds, you lose. So watch your hand carefully when you throw, okay? So this game is just complete luck. As far as I'm aware, there is not a way to fix it or what. So this can sometimes take a while. Okay, he has scored 1. So all we have to do is not throw the dice out, which I think you aim for just inside the egg. Oh, we got double 1. Oh no, we got 2. Okay. See, even I don't know how the rules work. This game is nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. Oh, you're lucky. I tend to go along with lucky folk. Hey, Yamku, let's go prepare the boat. Here we go with Big Brother's madness. So yeah, Taiho basically is just a compulsive gambler, and the only way to get him to do anything is to gamble with him. The only one with enough tough guts to go there is Reckless Taiho. Okay, it looks like we are going to be able to save, which is a bit annoying, but... Okay, well... Off we go. To this abandoned... This is apparently a castle. It just kind of looks like a giant rock. But we'll get to become very acquainted with it. It's kind of an ideal thing for a castle, because it would be very hard to attack, given that it's in the middle of the fucking sea. Oh, Castle of Toran. This is truly a haunted house. Are you sure there's a treasure here? I don't know, Victor said there was. And Victor didn't say anything. Matthew told us to come claim it as a castle. What a place, full of monsters. I'll get him. Yamku is less enthusiastic. So yeah, we get a 6-person party here with Camille and Taiho. Taiho's a bit more levelled. Everyone's medium range, so people can go wherever. But I would really like to heal. Okay. Let's return to Kaku to see if we can save and heal. But not in that order. No. Is this not the inn? Am I just like thinking in completely the wrong way and it's been up here the whole time? Yeah. Ah, you look beautiful. Ah, we're fighting the Imperials. I'm busy, I'm looking for someone. Maybe you know him. His name is Gyupo. He's an uncle and he's a trickster. So yeah, this is where like you can see we're running in 150 bits. Fuck me. We're running into more people with their own riders to join. A lot of them are waiting for us to basically have a castle. And this will be the cool thing, is that the castle will eventually just keep filling up with the 108 people that we're recruiting. And you just get to see this castle develop and develop more. It is one of the real cool things about this game. I don't think we're moving that rock. Aha, secret treasure. Mega medicine. I also must remember, at some point there's like a pretty good there's a pretty good, I think, crystal in here that you can find. But it involves some bullshittery. Ah! Giant slug, otherwise known as the colour-shifted giant snail. So what are these folks got going on? So Camille's got a pokey thing, and Taiho has a trident. So let's see how much damage they do. Okay, it's Crit City. Okay, Camille does not hit very hard. Taiho is reasonable. Oh, that's a long old neck for that slug. I know damage is going to get better. They need to catch up on levels a bit. Camille's currently level... Okay, Camille just jumped 2 levels, so that will help. Defense room piece. We get our creepy castle music. Danes. I have no idea what the hell these things are supposed to be. They're very goofy looking. That little scuttle noise. Okay, the enemies are a little tougher here. We are gaining levels rapidly. There's a treasure over there, but I don't know how to get to it. Ghost armor. Well, those of you who can, kill the Danes. Victor and Cleo, kill the ghost armor. Combat can be odd to follow sometimes. Okay, we should be able to free will it from here. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Gremio intuitively I think we can risk one more free will. Like Gremio just like when Tyr is low health, Gremio will instinctively jump in front of attacks. It's very useful. Okay, I maybe need to be a bit more careful there. But the good news is after that, everyone is now up to level 14. Yes, there's treasure there, and I can't remember how to get to it. There's definitely some like places where you kind of bizarrely walk through the wall. To get like, treasure chests, and it's a little odd. Okay, well that was a bit easier than the last fight. So I didn't actually check what Camille and Taiho are good at. Antitoxin. Strength. So Camille's got pretty high attack, low armor, high skill, decent magic, decent speed. So Camille's a bit of an all-rounder. Taiho is very high on attack, only behind Victor. Decent skill, crap at magic. I can't remember what skill represents. Suikoden skill stat. Okay, attack measures level of damage. Armor reduces physical damage done to you. Skill measures your ability to avoid and counter enemy attacks. Okay. So, one of the other reasons I moved the healing onto Cleo is you'll note that Cleo has like several activations of this. So your magic skill also kind of influences how much you can use the abilities. And this is why Gremio only has one flaming arrows usage. Whereas when we had Cleo had a lot more. That's actually a pretty cool attack, just disassembling yourself to hit multiple opponents. Gaining levels. I really got to deal with that armor quickly. And I guess with no free will, we can just focus our attacks a little bit more. Ooh. The enemies are definitely tougher here, because that's Cleo down. Which I think means no experience. Yeah. Oh, bust out the medicine. Beginning to be slightly concerned we maybe should have bought some more items for this place. So when I free will, do people focus their attacks? They absolutely don't. I guess that's one of the downsides to that then. We've been doing a lot of pressing X. Power rune. Okay, we're going to need that medicine. That boy needs medicine. May as well put the clone rune to good use here. Still haven't really figured out what Cleo's weapon is. I guess it's throwing knives. Missed what that was. It looks like it was a pointed hat. Okay, Grimmy already has one of those. So if we send this over to Tyr, and Tyr can equip it. Yeah, the castle is where things begin to pick up quite a bit more. Oh wow, that's a big hit. It's when, like, the bit before this, up until the point of Odessa, really feels like the tutorial. And it's a little bit tricky now. I'm actually having to think about the combat. Ooh, Tyr is on 7, but we should be okay to get out of this one. Yeah, Cleo's use as a healer is going to come into handy pretty soon. Can you... Okay, cool. You can use the... You can use the runes to heal. Let's not get stuck on the geometry. It's so misty in here. Oh, fuck. Why would you have me exit the stairs facing the stairs? Ah, there's a save point. Suspicious save point. Pretty sure these have 200 health. Oh no, we've got Angry Demon. Man, I really wish I could remember what some of these status effects were. Okay, that's poison. Judging by the life loss. Okay, everyone up to level 16. Ooh, what was that blinking? That's toxin. Okay, so ominous save point. I feel like this is where we're heading towards a boss. I really wish Free Will had the sensibility in the AI to just target one enemy. The fact that it scatters it around does make it a bit tricky to just hammer it when the enemies actually have some strength. Huh, Cleo also jumps in front of Tyr. That I did not remember. Tyr is eating a lot of damage, to be honest. You're gonna have to get medicined up again. This is definitely not one of those games where you end up hoarding your medicine. Because if I remember rightly, there is a boss coming up. Oh, it's here, I think. I think there's somewhere here where you can sneak through the wall. But yeah, there is a boss coming up, which I remember as being actually pretty difficult. Yeah, maybe we can free will 2 slugs. Yes, there we go. Have to negotiate like this maze in the dark. I'm gonna have to figure it out. It's one of those places where the random encounters are really annoying. Because I'm pretty sure that's how you get to that chest. And I'm hoping there's something good in it. Can't turn right, can't turn left. Oh, there we go. Hazy crystal. So that's some sort of rune, but I can't for the life of me remember which one. Like, if it's not an intuitive name, I'm not going to remember what it does. These things are so goofy. They're like frog birds with Mohicans and tiny pokey sticks. I would keep one as a pet. Oh, now to get out of here. Pretty sure the geography of that does not make sense. Let's kill some Danes. I definitely remember using Tai-Ho pretty frequently when I've played this in the past. Oh wow, triple dodge. I do not remember using much of Camille. Although with this game, it's certainly not one where I typically have like a set party. Like I normally take whoever's mandatory and Victor, maybe. But I tend to rotate around just to get a feel for what everyone does. Yep, there's another one. Oh, wind crystal. So probably could have got that one back there, but I'm not going to backtrack for it. Okay, I'm beginning to clear through these. It's only the ghost arm that's being annoying. Purely because it seems to just hit several people at once. This is a big empty space with another boulder in the way. Is this where the boss fight is? Not quite. It's another big empty space. I feel like the boss fight's definitely around here. I guess we continue going downstairs. I'm glad this abandoned castle still has steps. Ah, here we go. Looks like this one's the boss. Big old dragon. Zombie dragon. Right, I remember this being pretty difficult. So let's start busting out the roots. And Fog of Deception doesn't target, so I guess we can just use it wherever. Taiho and Camille, I feel like they just give you here to kind of fill out the party a bit and just provide extra damage. Let's get eating some souls. I did not see an amount of damage for that. Damn, that was actually a pretty chunky attack. Still don't know what that does. I love when you hit it, the flame effect goes away temporarily. Okay, that was a pretty good chunk. Let's try that again. Oh, is Deadly Fingertips just an instant kill, so it doesn't actually do anything here? I think that actually might be the case. Victor, you are on medicine duty. As are you, Camille. Oh man, it's going for that again. Maybe this is just a DPS race. Okay, Gremio needs to heal. You keep bashing Victor. And this is no Final Fantasy VII boss music, but it's still pretty good. This is one that I think is the first real hard boss of the game. Like we're actually having to actively heal. And I guess it's just gonna keep using that. Well, everyone heal up. Especially Victor. I don't think Tyr will die if we Damn it. The one time you don't use your breath attack. I don't think there's a revive item either. Oh no, medicine still works. Although we now do have the problem that Cleo's on the front row, and she will take a lot of damage up there. Okay, well, the single attacks are probably decent enough for us to deal with right now. Okay, I guess medicine has no effect. I'll double check. Actually, we can check down a better way. We can. Victor's imbalanced, so let's have him do that. Oh, that was a whiff. Okay, we'll make up for it with a crit. I mean, if the dragon gets to go first, we might be in some trouble here. Uh-oh. Healer's dead. I wonder if Camille will do more damage up front. Can't exactly remember how the mechanics work. It doesn't look like it. Actually, Camille, you hit the worst. You're healing Victor. It's going to be a close one. Ooh, losing Victor's a very bad sign. And I'm pretty sure everyone's going to die here, apart from Camille. Oh, okay, that was a clutch dodge, Taiho. Everyone just keep healthy and keep hitting. Like, when it's doing a single target damage, that's fine. It's the breath that's really tricky. I'm doing Camille. I'll have Camille do healing as, I think, the fastest of everyone in the party. And also doing the least damage. Okay, we've managed to put together a few good turns. Oh, that breath attack. It's like, if it does that twice in a row, someone is going to die each time. Okay, Camille is out of medicine. I feel like Taiho probably needs to preemptively medicine as well. Uh-oh, another one down. Can the two bit party members finish it off? It's going to be very close. I mean, I did say earlier in the stream that there is a difficulty spike at one point, and this is that point. Unless Camille can somehow pull it out at the end here. Which it doesn't look likely. No. Damn. Try again. Okay, well that didn't quite go to plan. Probably should have been healing a little bit more aggressively. Okay. Is anyone holding equipment? Okay, Victor gets Mega Medicine. Okay, if we went with that, maybe if we went into that with Tyr not already on 24 health. Maybe we can, it's probably more important to keep these two alive. Maybe a more sensible formation. Okay, we'll try this one more time. Otherwise we might have to go and actually buy some equipment or something. Damn it. Really wasn't expecting to wipe there. I do know that I think in both games, when you're having the boss fight to try and get the castle, like, it's always a very tricky fight. And it's just a big spike in difficulty from where you were before. And I'm hoping I don't have to do any grinding. I think if I were to just go back to Kaku and enchant everyone's weapons, I'd probably be fine. How do I get in here again? See, what's annoying about this second one is that there's a false path which I keep getting stuck in. But I also can't remember if that false path, if you follow it the right way, leads somewhere else. The game's full of secrets. Oh no, I was in the right one. Okay, I will go back and save now I've got these items, because if we do wipe again, I don't want to have to keep going through the rigmarole of specifically that bit. Although, no, we'll heal before we get to the dragon instead. Yeah, it's interesting that the game gives you two characters here. I guess it's to teach you that you can recruit people, but it also feels like maybe this boss is quite difficult and you just literally need two people as kind of doing something rather than the four that you've had. I mean, honestly, I think we would have been fine to just move in. Even with this dragon around. Because, let's face it, it's not using the stairs. Okay, let's try this one again. Okay. Maybe we just need to be a bit more aggressive with the healing. I'm actually just going to see how much Richter's regular attack does. In case it's not worth doing the clone attack to skip a turn. Because the clone attack was doing about 170. Still don't know what this does. God, it hits so hard. Okay, yeah, it is worth doing the clone attack. It doesn't actually hit tear and clear that hard. But yeah, these front folks have to do it straight away. Well, that's less than ideal. It's like, ugh. It's like last time you kept doing breath in a row. I'm just going to check if Drops of Kindness revives. I really don't think it does, but I'm going to check. Okay, you all do healing. Okay, so yeah, you can't use medicine to revive in battle, or the healing spells, but it will just make you spend your turn on that. I feel like if we keep Tyr alive longer, that will help a lot in this one. Like, if you're going to lose anyone, you want it to be Taiho or Camille. Oh, Tyr has no medicine. I took the Mega Medicine away from him, but didn't quite realise I was leaving him with nothing. I mean, the less Dragon Breaths, the better, really. Like, the single target stuff we can broadly deal with. Save the kindness drops for Victor. I mean, so far this has felt a bit more manageable than last time. And not having access to magic is definitely a real pain. Also, the physical attacks do not do much. Okay. Camille and Gremio are beginning to run out of medicine a little bit. Oh, that could have been worse. But Victor's definitely in the danger zone right now. I think any attack on Victor will kill him. Oh, nice. Any turn where we get a dodge in is a good turn. This thing must have quite a lot of health. Or it's just the fact that we are barely doing any damage to it. Because eventually we will run out of healing. Although the longer it keeps doing single target attacks, the better. Is this your last one for Camille? Yes, when this happens twice in a row, it's quite tricky. There goes Gremio. I want to drop some kindness on Victor, but I think I actually just need to medicine Cleo. Oh, okay, there we go. Second attempt went much better. It's unfortunately that these two aren't going to gain that level, but That's what you get for acting big even after you're dead. Between that and we'll chase you to the grave, that's our motto. I'm coming around on you, Camille. And the fog is lifted. And yeah, now we have a castle. Dragon Castle, White Castle. I feel like that's an inside joke. Tear Castle. I don't have a funny name. At least, like, 9-year-old me would call it, like, Butt Castle. I'm just going to go with... Keep it Toran Castle. And now we have a castle. That's all you have to do to earn a castle is kick out the dragon. And yeah, Matthew, now he's ready. And we are now the new Liberation Army. I mean, I'm kind of with Taiho. Let's forget debts. We've just started an army. Oh, and here's Leknart. Just blinking in. You have finally chosen your own path. I've brought you some gifts. One of them is this. Please accept it. This is the stone tablet of promise. Your true power comes from colleagues with whom you share your ideals. So go and find fellow soldiers in arms. The names of your new friends will be carved into the tablet. The other gift is... this dickhead. It's Luke. The guy who just fucked us around on that island. But we get to recruit him now. Keep your spirits high. Let us meet again someday. So yeah, we get to recruit Luke here. I'm absolutely sure that Lady Leknart just got rid of her some burden. I agree. The vessel is now in our possession. Now it's time to find some recruits. In other words, recruit fellow comrades in arms. A fellow by the name of Lapont lives in the town of Kuan. Let's recruit him. He's sure to be useful. Cool. So that stone tablet we were given, that will live in part of this castle, where basically the 108 people we recruit, that's where they'll be tracked. So we can we get to fill it in and see how it feels during the way, and they're all different stars. So we're like the star of destiny, and some will be the star of this and the star of that. Which we can actually look at now. So yes, the Tenkai star, Tenki star, Tenyu, Ten. Do they all begin with T? Yes. So I don't know what a lot of these mean. Don't all start with T. But yeah, I don't know what a lot of these mean. But we will fill it in, and you can recruit all 108, which I've never done before. So we might try and pull that off. So yeah, Camille is the Tenyu star, and you can click her and find out, you know, what she's kind of got going on. And this is like, you know, we can see our castle develop as we recruit more people. Didn't mean to start the next thing. Cool. So yeah, we do get some forced party members here. I'm gonna take Gremio just because I think you have to take. Oh, Gremio's already in there. I'm going to wrap up after this, but for our next thing, let's take Yamku, because we've not seen Yamku, and let's take Luke, because we've not seen Luke yet either. Nothing going up here. But yeah, you will begin to see this at the castle develop, so that guy we met who invented the elevator, like, we'll meet him, and he'll install elevators. Which, believes me, becomes very useful later on. And you'll just see people dotted around your castle hanging out. And check in with them all the time. But for now, I need to find a save point. Which I think is... I thought it was going to be down here. But this is just our jail. Already installed a jail in the castle after a day. Ugh. But yeah, I'm going to find the save point and wrap up, because it's been going for a good 2 hours and needs to eat. I actually cannot figure this out, which is a slight problem. Okay, well will you let me save, Matthew? No. I mean, second question, how do we get out of the castle? Because we kind of came from up here before. Can't go in there. There's going to be somewhere in this empty space where Camille's just hanging out. Oh, there's something there. Nope, that's just another plateau. Let's go over this bridge. Oh, this looks like a nice room. But not a save point. If it's back at the bottom where I was, that's going to be annoying. So when we came in, it was near the top. Oh, it must be down here. Is it across here? No. Do I honestly have to go to town to save? Okay, well I might as well try and get us to Kuan. Which I think was somewhere around here. That's the giant bridge. So yeah, now we kind of move into the phase where we're just trying to recruit lots of people, and some will be specifically targeted, like we've been told to go find LaPont. Okay, well it wasn't there. Is it here? Pirate's Fortress. But yeah, some you'll just recruit incidentally. Oh. That's Angie and Kanak and Leonardo. But they have no save point. Ugh. Bored. Why am I so bad at remembering where the place I need to go is? I mean, this also gives you a sense for how big the world map is. It's fairly sizable. What's up here? Okay, can't fit through there, and there's a whirlpool up there anyway. God knows where we are now. Like the music is actually looped. That's how much of a problem this is. You know, I had a map open. Why do I not just go back to the map? Kuan. Okay, well, part of the problem is I'm not looking for a place on the coast. So I need to find my way back to Kaku. But now I've lost all sense of bearing. Okay, that looks like Kaku. I don't know if I just couldn't figure out where the save point was in the castle or what, but so save. And then yeah, we'll recruit an army next week. So yeah, that'll be on Thursday. So it will be Thursday next week when we're doing some more Suikoden. In the interim, Magic on Saturday. That is likely to be standard, I would say. So yeah, that's likely to be standard. Magic on Monday. Maybe some more content to come, we'll see. But yeah, hit all the buttons that do liking and subscribing and all that if you wouldn't mind. Otherwise, have a nice evening.